Well, it's time to change the rear brakes on the truck. She's got about 54,000 miles on her. And it's strange that the front brakes are fine, but the rear brakes wear out first. But these geniuses that have all this technology insist that it's because when you're using cruise control or other, it's electronically controlled, that the rear brakes are applied first to maintain stability. Never heard of anything so ridiculous in my life. This is the EPB, or emergency parking brake deactivation procedure, on a 2019 F-150. Turn on the ignition, push the accelerator pedal down, push on the emergency parking brake switch, shut off the ignition. Within 5 seconds, turn the ignition back on, then shut it off, release the parking brake. And now if we turn on the key, it should say that we are in the parking brake maintenance mode. Removing the road wheel was a royal pain in the ass. Had never been off in 54,000 miles. And evidently the aluminum alloy on the wheel and the iron on here, it was kind of seized up. Next step is to remove the 2 caliper retaining bolts. All right, with the 17 millimeter slender open end wrench, you hold this piece right here, and then you can remove the caliper bolt on the top. Do the same on the bottom. All right, once you get the 2 bolts, retaining bolts out, then the caliper should just come off like so. Do not hang this, allow it to hang on the flexible brake lines. Make sure it's supported some way. So now what we have to do is the piston has to be retracted in the caliper. This is a special disc brake tool which goes in like that. This contour has to follow the contour of the brake, and then be sure that it's as centered as possible, and you just begin squeezing, and the piston should begin to retract. Yep, there we go. I don't know if you can see the piston going in. I'd say those were pretty wore out compared to, you can see the difference in the thickness. These were not quite paper thin, but there's probably 1/8 of an inch remaining. It's important to note the direction, the orientation. How this groove here fits on this boss right there. So we get this piece off, and this one's going to go back on in that manner. Be careful, because this is sharp sheet metal and it can cut your fingers. Okay, remove the old retaining plates and the new ones go on, exercising caution not to bend this little tab on the end in the wrong direction. Manner has to slide over, so it has to go on evenly, and there we go. And now we're ready to put the this one on. Let's see, how did that, yeah, like that, right? Yep. Reading the book right, it says that the rear caliper mounting bolts should be torqued to 24 foot-pounds. That's according to Haynes. We set the torque wrench at 24 foot-pounds. There's the top bolt. There's the bottom bolt. So the proper torque according to the Haynes manual is 150 foot-pounds of the lugs for the wheel.